Most of us have been around the Beltway and we have seen the ability to be able to get in the car and imagine it's Tuesday morning, you're dressed up, you're ready to go, and you're dressed, you're smelling great, and you're getting in the car, you back out of the driveway or back out of the parking space and you start driving. If you know 495, 495 is a huge what? Loop. So if you start driving and just start going and going and going, then the ability for you to get off on any other exit really is not a thing for you. You're just getting and driving in the car. So today's conversation is really about how do we take that exit? How do we focus on taking that specific exit so that we know exactly what we need to do in our business? All right. And what we're going to do is take a look a little bit further into why that's important. I've been working in real estate with Samson Property since 2019, but I've been a real estate agent since 2020. So you do the math. You do the math on that one, and you can see it's been a lot of turns. It's a lot of redirections that have happened, of course, inside of real estate. And one thing I figured out a long time ago is that if you don't have your one ideal client, it's going to be very frustrating and it's going to be very hard for you to stay in business and attract the right people. A lot of people think you're getting into the business to just get. Well, I want to enlighten you. You're here to attract. And if you start to understand how to attract the right people, then the right people will start coming your way. Does that make sense to us? We're in the attraction business. That's it. So just don't worry about all of the things of, what am I supposed to be doing and social media and all of that. What we need to do is we need to focus on attracting the right people inside of our business. All right. So that's what we're really going to talk about today is really how to get how the power of one really, really is instrumental. So welcome everybody. I didn't know what I didn't know, of course, and in the very beginning stages of my business, I'm just thinking you get the business cards, boom, I'm ready to go. But no one really shares with you about the real way that you have to attract people inside your business. And inside the business, it's way more than just forms and things like that. Sorry about that. This is pretty much what our business resembles, where if you pay attention to 495, as I mentioned, it is a huge loop. And if you just keep going round and round the Beltway, you're going absolutely nowhere. And if you focus on figuring out, or am I getting off on exit 31, 15, 25, then you know that that specific exit is taking you to a specific place. Now, you may hit some other places along the way, but the whole goal is to make sure that you are focusing on staying in your lane, focusing on that lane so that you know exactly where you need to be going. Does that make sense? Clarity is the currency. And if you don't have the clarity, you're going to create confusion in your business. And that's the whole goal of what we're really talking about now is when I first got started in business is there was no clarity. The question was asked, well, what do you do? I'm a real estate agent. And who do you serve? Well, first-time home buyers, like anyone that has a heartbeat, I'm your woman. And when I first got started in business, that was the thing. But as you start to mature in business and you understand, you cannot serve everyone. You are not here to serve everyone. You can't serve everybody and win in your business as you think you are. So once you have clarity in your business, in your mind, when you're focused and understand who you serve, who you're serving in the community, then you're going to be able to identify exactly who you're going to attract in your business. Now, there's over 60,000 realtors within DC, Maryland, and Virginia. Not all of them are as amazing as you showing up for things like this. But what makes you stand out? What makes you stand out? I remember going into a room and one of the young ladies that I knew for a very long time, she is now a real estate agent. I helped her get into real estate, but she was in the medical field before. So being in the medical field, you understand, you don't think anything about real estate. And she's a phlebotomist. I knew nothing about what a phlebotomist was. And if you even know how to spell it, that's amazing for you. But I didn't even know how to spell it. So when someone asks you in public, what is it that you do? And you say, I'm a realtor. That could be a hit or miss, and you know it, especially in these times. They could either hate it or they could love it, right? Especially after everything after August, October, everything of last year that was happening. That doesn't mean that they're going to love you just because you say you're a realtor, because you love it. I love it. We love what we do. But you want to start being a little bit more specific in how you help someone. So this is what we're going to talk about a little bit more is how about we focus on what makes you stand out in your business? All right. All 60,000, of course, are not actively doing anything, but you understand the percentage of numbers. But what makes you stand out? Let's identify, are you working specifically with first timers? Are you working with veteran clients? Are you working with relocation clients or seniors? So backtrack to the young lady who was a phlebotomist. When she started out in the medical field, she said after selling her 4 homes, you guys, she says, I want to get into real estate like you. And I was like, wow, that's pretty big. Well, what made you think of that? She says, because I want to help seniors. And as I started beginning her coaching, she knew exactly where she wanted to start in her business. So she started doing videos on TikTok, doing videos on Facebook and YouTube to make her stand out specifically in that arena. Now, will other buyers and sellers come to her that are not seniors? Absolutely. Will first time buyers come? Will a veteran come? Absolutely. Will a luxury client come? Yes. But what makes her stand out is that she serves a specific community. So you may want to jot down on your paper now, what is it that one thing that makes you stand out? What is it that one thing that makes you serve that community? You love it. There's nothing else you'd rather do than do that one thing. When I first got started, I would say in around 2000, I really started to wake up. I got the license, but I didn't start to really wake up till at least 5 years into my business. You hear me? 5 years into the business because I'm looking, I'm listening, I'm being mentored, I'm just observing what's happening. And one of the things my mentors back then told me was, you can't serve everyone and you can't win that way. So let's break down who you're going to serve. Focus making your marketing magnetic. So instead of going into a room saying, I'm a realtor, let's switch it up and let's write this sentence out here. This template can change your bio today. And you can tag me on any social media platforms today because I want to see your updated bio to see what you say about yourself. I help blank do blank by blank. You fill in the blanks instead of you saying I'm a realtor, because that could pass over someone's head exactly what you do. I'm a phlebotomist. I'm a nursing assistant. Like that's great on what you do, but how do I help? So I'm going to give you some examples of how you can do that so that you can find that attraction quicker. We're attracting people to us. So if I said it this way, instead of I'm a realtor, I could say it this way also. I help first-time home buyers build wealth by leveraging Maryland's down payment and grant programs. Or I could say I'm a realtor. Which one is better? So if someone stood in front of you at a networking event, elevator, hotel, meeting, whatever, and you're approached by someone and the famous question comes up, what do you do? I help first-time home buyers build wealth by leveraging Maryland's down payment grant programs. Put your own spin on it, but practice whatever it is. I would say get that template, put it into ChatGPT and just say, hey, ChatGPT, I need some help formulating at least 10 options on my one-liner on what I do. And I do this, this, and this. All right. And just put in there exactly what you do and let ChatGPT help you if you're not able to do all the creative words yourself. That's why ChatGPT is here to help out with that. Okay. So this is the best one that came up. I would say I help first-time buyers build wealth by leveraging down payment assistance programs, wherever location you are. If you said that and somebody is standing in front of you, there's 3 key words that stand out. One, I help first-time home buyers. First, I help first-time home buyers. One. Two, build wealth. That's two. And then how do I do it? Well, by leveraging down payment and grant programs. And I could just put grant programs in there if I wanted to. So you figure that part out as far as how you want to, jazz that up and put a spin on it, but practice that so that now that when you go out, that is your jam. That is what you say instead of I'm a realtor or I'm a real estate professional. Here's another one if you wanted to try. When I started, I was focusing more on folks that had less than perfect credit. And you know why? Because those are the people that were being overlooked. I would love to have the 680, 700 credit score folks coming through my door, but that's easy. I wanted to fill my pipeline up with people that actually needed the work, needed the home, and appreciated the process, and will definitely send you way more referrals. Hello? Because if you're dealing with anyone who has had life situations, poor credit, and then you help them build that situation up, however long it took, a couple of months, maybe a year, if you help them get back on track where they're purchasing their first home, you will get leads for life. You will get leads. You will get the picnic invitations. You will get invitations to anything and everything that they have going on because you helped them more than anyone else did. So here's the one-liner that you can do if you're helping people with less than perfect credit. I help future homeowners with less than perfect credit buy their first home by using easy do-it-yourself credit boosting hacks. Or you can say I'm a realtor. Which one? Because if you're standing in front of me and I know I've been wanting to purchase a home for the last 2 years, my credit is a 580, and you're telling me I could buy a home, I help future homeowners with less than perfect credit buy their first home by using do-it-yourself credit boosting hacks. So that person in front of you could say, wow, I need that help, right? Because you never know, it could be that person, or you could say, you know what, my cousin has been looking for this. I need your card. So never miss the heartbeat of what you're really here to do. Now, for those that are helping seniors, here's an easy one. I help seniors simplify their lives by guiding them into comfortable one-level homes. Hello, who doesn't want a one-level home? And at that point in life, when you're talking to seniors, you're also talking to their family members. So if you're a senior specialist, then instead of just saying, I'm a realtor, I help seniors simplify their lives by guiding them into comfortable one-level homes. That's going to help you find your one ideal client, and that's going to help attract them closer and closer to you. So let's talk a little bit more about the 4 parts of how to get that client. All right. So one, you want to figure out who your ideal client is. That's number one. If you don't know, then your public doesn't know, and they don't know to send you business. So if you're all over the place with 10 minutes later, no one still knows what you do, then you have to be crystal clear, because a confused mind shuts down. A confused mind has no clarity on what you do. And if you don't even know, that's going to be a problem. So who do you love serving? In the case where I was telling you about my girlfriend, where she went from the medical field exactly into real estate, she knew she loved working with seniors. So there's no left or right trying to figure out anything else. That was her space where she wanted to be. She got very familiar with everything in elder law, learning about trust, wills, anything attached to seniors and selling their property. She got great at it. All right. What is their number one goal? What is your ideal client's number one goal? Other than buy a house or sell a home, what is their goal? And that's the questions that a lot of people don't ask. So what's sparking the move? No one's ever asked me that before. And when you figure out their why, then you can kind of figure out a little bit more into who that person really is and what they're looking to do. Where do they live? Where does that ideal client work? Are they downtown? They work from home? Where do they live? All right. All of these things you want to know about your one ideal client. The second thing is you want to find out the platform where you need to be. You don't need to be everywhere, everyone. You've got so many different platforms out here, but you don't have to be everywhere. Pick an area where you want to produce your film. If that's going to be Instagram, is that going to be Facebook? Is that TikTok? Is that YouTube? I love YouTube simply because it allows you to be very visual with your public. So choose one platform, rock it out for the next 90 days, and figure out how can I master this one platform just to show up. Now, for me as a coach, I have a lot of real estate agents on my page. And some of you may start thinking, why would you have a lot of real estate agents? I don't want a bunch of realtors on my page as friends. We do work in a cooperating business, all right? And you do want someone to look at your offer one day. You do want somebody to work with you one day. So why wouldn't you want to work with other real estate agents is my question. So now may be the time to start focusing on, let me go back. If it's a week that you want to start lead generating, what you may want to start doing is filling up your friend list with your clients that you've worked with in the past. So take a look at your closings from the last few years and start focusing on, all right, this person is not my friend, add them. You want to make sure that your real estate people are in there, your title company people are in there, your past clients are in there, your clients, excuse me, they're not past, your clients are all in there because they need to see you working. Hello? They need to see you working. So it's not, if you want to just be on there just to kind of play around with dances, that's cool. But if we're here to really be purposeful and intentional, I would say be on the platform, look at your last years of people that you've worked with, and make sure that they're absorbed in your current life. Because title companies want to do business with you. Photographers want to do business with you, don't you? So don't forget those people that we're connected to that you still want to make sure that you show up and show that you are actually in business. It's better to be powerful in one place than forgettable in five. Social media has its way. I love social media, and one of the biggest things I help people with while we're in coaching is making sure that they're present on social media. It's free. It allows you to be who you are. And it allows you also to reach more people in a lead generation that we didn't know before. 20 years ago, 30 years ago, there was not as much of social media present, but social media is lead generating for many of us. So never look past that, but don't be everywhere. You can focus in just on a few areas. Okay. When you take a look at some companies that are out here, if you focus on a company like McDonald's, if I go inside of that place, the meals that I'm getting, I already know what to expect. I'm looking for hamburgers. I'm looking for the filet of fish. I'm looking for a shake when it wants to work. If the ice cream machine is working, okay, but I know what to expect when I go into a McDonald's. I'm not going in there expecting a 5-course meal, nor am I going in there thinking I'm going to get shrimp Alfredo. It's just not going to work. So everyone has their own lane where they stay in as a specialty. Same thing as if I were to go into Walmart. I'm not getting the type of treatment as if I went into a Nordstrom. That's not going to be the same type of experience. So you have to understand everyone has their lane in business. Why don't you? Why don't you? As we look at part 3, part 1 was find your ideal client. Number 2 was get your platform that you're going to be working on. And number 3 is what is your one offer? What is your one offer that you are working on that you're offering to someone? Keep it clear, keep it very simple. What's that one thing you want them to do? Book a call with you, download a guide, join a webinar that you're doing. Don't give them a whole lot of options. Just what do you want them to do? Right now, I have a community of real estate agents and entrepreneurs. So my call to action in most of my posts now are simply join the community, because it doesn't need to be anything else except, hey, realtors, hey, entrepreneurs, let's market your brand a little bit better, show you how to make more money. You're not in the inner circle. What? You're not there? Get in there. So that's my one offer. There was one lady during 2020, 2021, I would watch her videos on YouTube. And her call to action was very clear. I love the way she was doing it, but her messaging was all about business credit. How do you fix your personal credit? How do you invest in properties? How do you invest in Airbnbs? At the end of her talk, whether it's 19 minutes or 15 or 12 minutes long, it wasn't a very long video, but her call to action would be just simply download my free ebook to get you more information on real estate investing. I'll see you guys on the next video. Very clear, very simple. That's all she really wanted you to do in the first place. But she wanted to make sure she gave value, 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 value. And if you're giving the value, the call to action should be very simple and clear to direct and invite them to do something else with you. Okay, so it should be very clear on what is it that you want that person to do with you next. Because if someone's reading your post and there's no call to action, it's just simply next. Next, they're moving on to the next post because you didn't direct them to do anything different. So they're going to move on. Be different. Don't confuse them with a lot of options, but give them one clear direction of what they should do next. Here's some offer examples of what you can do at the end of your post, and I'm meaning on social media, or if you have a Facebook group that you're running. Free 15-minute buyer call with you. You can provide an instant value report on our websites that Samson provides us. There, we have a website, and if you look at the top tab where it says sell, if you click on that sell button, that next URL is all you need to do as a call to action for many of your posts. So one of the Facebook groups that I have, I'm the only real estate agent in there giving value, value, value. Right, Sharon? So when you're in there giving value, the only call to action that they really care about, those homeowners in there, is that all they want to care about is what's my home's worth? Is my equity safe? And all I do is give them the URL. If you want to check your home value right now, check the link below. So I will give them some information about what's going on, what's trending. Here are the current rents in the community. Here are the current sales in the community. Sales are still falling off with the shelves. The community is still popping very good. If you want to check your home value, check the link below. If you haven't started a Facebook group of your own, I'm here to tell you, do it. It's free. Your community is where you live, and that's where you can, of course, give the most value. But anyway, back to the regular scheduled program. If you want to offer a free first-time home buyer or a seller checklist, you want to do that. And you can also give a market update or a newsletter. These are some examples. There are more, but keep it simple. These are pretty simple. And these are ways that you can build up your CRM with leads. This is how you get leads. I don't know too many people that are doing door knocking and people actually answering the door like they used to. It's just not happening the way it used to. So we have to come into the 2025 version of how do I attract people to what I want to offer? If I'm selling property, how am I going to attract someone to give me a call? Well, I'm giving value. I'm giving them something. But in return, I'm asking them to do one of these things. I'm just dropping some information for them. So what is your one thing? What is your one offer that you want to start providing other people? Now, the last thing is your schedule. Oh my goodness, your schedule. Now, a couple of weeks ago, you know, guys, I talked about your schedule being your king. Do not let the day start and you have no clarity, no focus, no direction on what your day is going like. Because the example I gave a few weeks back was relating your business to either being a specialist or being an ER doctor. An ER doctor is all over the place. They don't know who's coming in the door. There's no routine. But if you're a specialist, you've got your time blocked. You know, 10 to 12, you're doing something in lead generation. 12 to 2, maybe you're doing something with lunch and errands. And then 2 to 4, you're doing appointments. Like everything is accounted for. So part 4, the last part, is your schedule. Your schedule is your routine. That's how we get paid. Specialists have calendars with appointments that are set every single day. Just like your hair appointment, you have your appointment to go get your nails clipped, done, your dog groomed. All of those are appointments that somehow end up on your calendar, but lead generation does not end up on there. Those are the revenue producing, those are the income producing activities that we have to build in every single day. That's your power hour. So, whatever power hour is for you, if you're going back through all of the things that we talked about, as far as, all right, let me check the social media platforms, who's responding, who responded to the free post on social media, all of those things, or following up with your clientele, period. You've got to create that power hour or hours in your schedule. Focusing on those income producing activities are seeds for today. Because if you're not going to treat your schedule like the specialist that you are, your check will depend on it. Your commission check will definitely be affected, and you will be the one saying, well, how come my business is tanking? Business is not tanking, it's just your activities weren't producing enough activity to make it happen. And those are the kinds of things that we go over in coaching. So we've got 10 different coaches. 10. So you have 10 different amazing people to choose from to help you figure this out so that it's not you're doing it all on your own. One of the things I know is that a lot of clients are coming. They're like, Lorie, show me how to get on social media, how to get everything. I want to get to the money. If you're not focused on the appropriate ladder, there's a sequence of things that has to happen before you get to the money. Like, I want to lose weight, but I just can't jump to the 150 or 160-pound girl. I can't. There's work involved, right, in order to get up to that point. I want it. I want 160. I deserve it. Yes, we do. But there's work involved. There's some sweat that has to go first in order to get to that body, to get to that lifestyle. And when you're going through coaching, that's what it is. It's the locker room effect. It's you, your coach. You get to cry. You get to bitch and moan about what you're doing and what's not happening. Got it. All right. You want some wine with that cheese, right? So let's go. Let's get it together. That's what coaching is, to help you with the step-by-step method so that you can get the focus together, get the clarity together, figure out who your ideal client really is. And this one sheet right here should wrap up everything of what you are working on. One, if I ask you right now, who is your ideal client? Will you know? Two, if I ask you, what is your number one platform that you're focusing on social media? What is that? Number three, my offer, my call to action is what? Is it a call with me? Is it download this information? Check out this information on your value. Join my community. What is your call to action so people can get closer to you? And the last thing is my power hour time or times is what? For me, it's between 10 and 12. So I've got 2 hours to do it. My coach makes sure if I don't do what I'm supposed to do Monday through Friday and I don't report to him by the end of the evening, he gets to take a commission check. Now, I'm very competitive. I don't want that. And I don't think you'd want your check taken either. But that was what I chose. Because if something is taken away from me, it'll hurt more. Okay. So I had to make sure that I'm challenging myself. And this right now in June has been one of the biggest months I've had. And it's all because the work was done prior to lead up to this point right now. And that's what we're focusing on in coaching. And those are the type of steps and reps that we do to make sure that you are in business, to stay in business, to love your business, and to fall in love with the community of what you've done. Now, getting into business, of course, for money is one of the reasons why you'll find most people out of the business very quickly. You're not. You're different. You're here. You understand the why of the business. You understand there is a why. Simply how every day you wake up, Every day you drive around the Beltway and you take that specific exit, you know there's a specific why in your business. It's not about, well, I want to make $10,000 today. Okay, me too. But if you shift your mindset to figure out how many families can I help today? How many seniors can I actually help downsize into a smaller home? Like it's got to be habitual that you think that way. And when you start focusing on that way, on, all right, how many people can I help? I want to be a blessing to this many people. Then your business starts to perk up and show up in a different way. But I promise you, if you're just following the money, you're going to be frustrated because it doesn't come quickly. And you're also going to get very burnt out because it's not happening quickly. So here's my thoughts for you guys today and you ladies today. Your focus is your freedom. If there is no clarity, there's no commission check. I want you to review this 4 parts. What is your one client that you're working with? What is that one ideal client that you're working with? What is that platform that you're going to dominate? What is your offer going to entail? And what is your schedule going to look like? I challenge you to do this for at least 90 days. And then the reps are there. You've got the information of what you need to do to be able to keep this going and going and going. If you wanted to schedule any kind of time with me, my Linktree/Lorie Woodruff has my calendar. If you'd like to book a call with me to talk a little bit more about what your goals are and if coaching is something for you, or if you had some other questions in real estate to help you move forward. If you wanted to at least get in front of the other coaches and find out, listen, I need to talk to a little bit more of the coaching opportunities. You have 10 amazing people to work with. And I put it in the chat there. That's the link so that you can get directly in front of all of the other 10 amazing coaches that are within the business. And that way they can help you, guide you, and keep you accountable for what you need to do. Hey, Eric, how are you doing? Kathy, another one. She's on here as well. Kathy is on here as well. Yeah, so we have fun with what we do because there was a time, of course, you're getting into the business because, yes, the money looks great, the lifestyle looks amazing. But when you flip the mindset, that's, I promise you, when it changes for you, that you calm down and you actually appreciate the business more and the attraction happens way more because the clients are now coming to you. All right, so I thank you guys so much. If you have any other questions, do you want to raise your hand? Yes, sir. Yes, Eric. Did you want to say something or are you just saying hey?
I'm just saying thank you very much. Great, did a great job, very clear and concise, you know. I like
Very
that.
nice. Thank you. And if you wanted to also, I have a video that I created on my YouTube channel about Linktree. Linktree, many of you have that. It is a free platform where you can get your own Linktree extension, right? I have Linktree/Lorie Woodruff. It's free. So in some of your signatures, this is another clarity moment. John, I'll get to you in a second. Here's another clarity moment that I would look at someone's signature and it has your .com, your website, it has your Facebook link, here's my LinkedIn link, and all of these things to get connected. It's confusing inside of a signature. If you looked at my signature, you will see all I had was the Linktree link in there. In your Linktree, you could put all of your social media tabs, your guides, your downloads, join my community. All of those URLs are buttons now in your Linktree. So simplify how much people need to look at you because a confused mind shuts down and they will move on to something else if it's too much. So just take a look at Linktree also. It's free and you can at least start upgrading your bio today. And I'll just put that in there. What I will do is I'll inside the Samson group page, I'll put the Linktree page in there, the video that I did, so that you can take a look at that free video on how to put it together easily. All right, so I'll put that in the Samson group when we finish here. Gina, awesome. Good, good, good. Thank you. All right, John. Gina, I'm glad you're
Yeah,
here.
thank you, Laurie, for everything. I have two quick questions. So, let's say I'm transitioning to helping renters become first-time home buyer, and for now, the numbers are not adding up. Like they're now qualifying here. I'm waiting for the credit to be good. What would you advise me so I can keep living until I start closing?
Are you following up with them on a regular basis?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, they're in the pipeline. So are you asking how long is it going to take for you to break them out of working on
No,
them?
no, no. How do I survive? How will I be able to pay for my office, pay for my license and MLS until I get them to settlement?
Well, it's a cycle. So sometimes getting a job is definitely a thing. So don't run away. Let's not run away from the low-hanging fruit. Getting a job is not the end of the world. It's not. Okay. So get into finding something part-time, getting something full-time so that you at least have something concrete until those deals come through. There's a lot of people that are still dual agency, and they're going to do that for a very long time because that is what keeps the stability going. So don't run away from a job. Don't run away from a job. I don't care how YouTube makes it look,
I
but
know. Thank you.
you've got to master your own household and make sure you're not falling behind on what you need to. Until those people come through, still be present in your community and make sure that you're working through those people as well. Hey, John, I know you're working on your credit right now, but is there anyone else that I'm here's one thing I do. I give away a lot of things in the business maybe once a year. And a lot of times when you're doing these kind of events, John, you want to be present 2 to 3 times maybe a year and do something for your community. You're a community of people that you've done past work for. So imagine Stephanie, Chanel, Kathy, Anastasia, they've worked with you before. Do you think that they want to hear from you if you've got a $1,000 gift certificate or a $750 certificate to help them with their purchasing or selling their home?
Yes.
Do you think Stephanie will say, yeah, I think I could use this? Or maybe, yeah, she say, yeah, or I think I know someone. You got to be able to give some things also during the course of your business so that someone can say, dang, $1,000 off my as a rebate off my closing costs? Yes, it's coming out of your money, but how much did you have before? Zero. So if you had zero before, but you gave a certificate, y'all, I make these in Canva. I make Emma knows. I make these in Canva. I make a gift certificate expires within 6 months, and it's only if you work with me. So give something to your people that you're knowing and just see, hey, I'm planting the seed. If you know someone that's looking to buy or sell their home, this is my gift for my VIP clients. But let me
Thank
know
you.
if give me a call if you have any other things that you need some suggestions with. There are so many different things you got to give in order to receive. So just don't wait for them. The job, get it, y'all, because we need income. But at the same time, you still want to make sure you're nurturing them, giving them information, but still staying present in your community with other tasks. That's lead generating too.
Thank you. So not sure if this would be appropriate here or should I should catch up with you offline on I'm interested in the DIY credit fix you brought up.
Let's talk
Should
about
I
that.
catch up? Thank
Let's
you.
talk about that. All right. So years ago, when the when my broker had asked me, what do you specialize in? I was like, first time home buyers. He's like, try again. Who else can you help that's not ready to walk into this community of homeownership right now? So people with bad credit. He was like, all right, so why don't you hone in on that? Because many real estate agents, if they know you have poor credit, they're going to bypass you. And they have. So what I started to do, this was back in 2010, John. I made sure I partnered with a company that knew how to do credit disputing. I learned the language, I learned it very well, and I learned it. And now real estate agents still to this day ask me, hey, do you still help with credit? Yep, I do. So you want to get good with that. There's a company that I partnered with that uses AI technology to pull the credit of the individual, pull all the negative crap that's on there. All right. And then also they're going to create those dispute letters for your client. Your client just needs to look, review, and print them off and send them to the three bureaus, John. So I get the client excited about it because if I need to first get their credit report, and there is a link that I'm affiliated with where I can get people's credit reports. I don't get it. I have them pull it because our loan officers doesn't, they can't do that like they used to. So if the client says, yeah, I'm working with John and he says you can help me with credit, got it. Do you have a copy of your credit report? Is the first thing I'll ask. And I don't want anything from Credit Karma. I don't want anything from Chase or Capital One because those suck. I want something that's reputable and is really in heartbeat in line with the true scores and activity. So I will ask them, look, I have a link. You can do this for $1. And they'll do that. It's credit monitoring, but they'll do that for $1. I'll take a look at the report and I'll see if they need it, or sometimes people just need to pay their bills. If they really need the credit disputing so they can get into that down payment assistance program or to get qualified with your lender, right, Gina? Then that's what we do is that's what the conversation I have with them. So I'm partnered with a company that actually does that work, and I get paid for it. So if you're understanding you're in the same community where you can do the same thing. And if that's something you're interested in, let me know because it's not as if you're selling vitamins or you're selling weight loss. All of this is still attached to what we need to do. So in order to help your clients, are you putting them into a vehicle that can actually help their credit, or are you just saying, well, fix it and come on back? Because they're not going to just do it on their own. So the company I work with does a lot of that work. You get paid for it. Hello. And that way, at least you can keep that person in the pipeline. One of the posts that I put up not too long ago, John, had to do a lot with a tenant having a low credit score. I enrolled her in this program, but her husband was borderline. He says, well, I don't want to rent. I really want to buy. Can we look at accelerating this? And I looked at his credit. He was a 650 and talked to the mortgage lender. He was fine to do a down payment assistance program, but his wife needed the credit program. She's in that. She's happy. And that way, at least they can still purchase the home instead of renting something. So a lot of times you'll be amazed to see based upon their credit after I review it, I'm going to see is it able to be rentable or maybe you can purchase. Sometimes they just don't know their options. Got it? So let me know if you need on my Linktree page, you'll be able to see more information, but book a call with me so we can talk about that more one-on-one if you want that partnership with the credit company, because that has been with me since 2010. I've helped a lot of realtors and I've helped a lot of clients get where they need to go with that. So maybe, John, that's the missing piece that you do need so that you don't have to get another job because you can be getting
I
paid.
know.
You could be getting a
Thank
couple
you so
$100s off of people that have less than perfect credit, help them out and, wait on them, but it's still, you've got something paid on that in the meantime.
Yep.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
John, make sure you hitting up my calendar so that we can talk about it a little bit more.
We do. Thank you so much, Lorie.
You got it. Any other questions that I missed? My past recordings on Ashley. Are you asking about the past recordings of these with Samson or with YouTube? YouTube has most of the videos that I'm running my mouth on. YouTube, I started a long time ago and I just started putting a lot of value add things on there. So YouTube. You're welcome.
Well, just specifically, I was talking about these, but yes, I saw your YouTube link you had put in the chat.
Hmm. Okay, Gina, your question is about hosting a community page. Talk to me about that.
Sorry. Okay. So you spoke about having a community page. What's the best platform for that? And I think somebody responded to do Facebook.
Yes, it is.
But can you do it on YouTube too? Because like you said, you use YouTube. So what do you just set up a community page
Hmm.
for your community you live in or your surrounding community? Or can it
So,
be like we do waterfront, and so do we put all waterfront stuff in there and new construction, all construction in there?
so
So
narrow it down. Which one do you want to focus on? Is it the neighborhood where you live?
no, so I was just talking to my husband too. We're in the business as long as you are, and so we're at that place where all the stuff we started out with was the same you started out, and now we work by referral. We
Yeah.
follow Buffini.
Mhm.
So I'm writing my notes, making my call. That's what you sound a little Buffini to me. So,
A little bit.
but now, okay, I just said to my husband, what do we want to focus on? Do we want to just focus on waterfront, or do we want to focus on we're doing a lot of new construction with our builder, but we're also doing our buy-ups because we have all our repeat clients.
Mhm.
So we're kind of like out there. I don't know how to pull that in.
Pick one. It's like asking a woman, what do you want to eat tonight? Which one? Not that you can't do others, but I want you to start with one and at least date it for a while. Stay there. Just
Okay.
stay there and just focus on that because the more attention that you give it, the more people will be attracted and understand that that's what you're serious about. Now, I'm not going to
Okay.
say start this page, and start this one. Focus on one at a time and think
Okay.
about the one thing that really makes your heart beat fast. And you're like, I can talk about this all day long without a script.
Okay.
And then that's
Okay.
the community that you want to start. You can create more later, but let's start one, and then you can create the family in there. The Facebook group that I have right now, it's the community that I live in. It's nothing but townhomes, majority family oriented. And I'm in there at least twice a month. I'm always saying holidays. I'm always making sure I'm happy Memorial, or not happy Memorial, it's not happy Memorial, but happy 4th of July, or kids are going back to school. At least every holiday, they're hearing from me. Mother's Day, Father's Day. They're also getting something from me at least once a month about the market itself. And that call to action in there is I'm just putting in there if you want to find out where your value is. I'm putting that URL in there from our website. Now, when people are in there, I have gotten at least so far this year 6 leads just because I'm consistently in that page. That community is at least 680 to 700,000. That price point. So I'm staying in there so that I can be consistent with the messaging. They know I'm there. They may not need me in June, but they might need me in October. So stay in there as far as whatever niche that you want to jam with. If it's your community where you live, they know you, they trust you, they understand you're there. Do some things in that community where maybe once a month you're getting a vendor to come in there with food, ice cream. Okay, you're giving away things. Put your Samson shirt on and just be out there and greet the community. But use Facebook, it's free to start bringing in people and inviting them to that community. And how you bring people into that community, Gina, is you can do it in various different ways. It's a call to action, right? So if you want to be a part of this exclusive community where we focus only on luxury or whatever your niche is going to be, here's the link to join that community. Do that everywhere. That's your call to action. Invite people to your new community. The people who need to be there will be in there. And then just engage in that community. Talk about the market, give away things, allow people to talk about their business as well. Okay. Did that help, Gina?
So, yeah, it's just to clarify. So it doesn't have to be the community I live in. There's only 11 homes in my community. So, but it could be the community of new construction, new
Yes.
build, new,
Yes.
because we are experts at that. So just, but it could be a community of homeowner. Like, I
Yes.
gotcha. All
Yeah.
right.
So
So
if
it
it's
doesn't
people
necessarily
that,
have to be the town. It could
no, it
be,
doesn't. It's whatever you want it to be.
okay,
And
thank
if
you.
it's
That is
if you're
clear.
focused, so it sounds like you want to work with people who are looking for new construction. Yes,
Correct. Yes.
that's even better. Yeah. So now all of your marketing is all about showing new homes, the different phases of it. If you want to join this community where we focus on getting you into your new construction and finding your next new community, join here.
Okay. Yep.
That's it. And
Very
that's what
helpful.
you want to
Yeah.
focus on because you got a lot of people on HGTV looking and they're just want that. They're on YouTube and
Yeah.
they're just scrolling. Let them join because that's your ideal client and that is top lead generation for you.
Right. I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Gina. Stephanie, come on. Community pages.
Hello. So this is my question about the community pages, and maybe I just want to make sure I'm on the same route. So I know I have my Facebook and I have all this, but I've always thought of doing a community page, but like where I live at is mostly renters, and so I do every month first-time home buyers seminars, first-time seller seminars as well. But I'm more focused now on first-time home buyers. So I guess my question is, when I'm doing this page, it would be my community inviting them to join the page. My whole thing is I was thinking that it's going to be a lot more time for me to put in there. I'm going to focus on what I bring and, give them a call to action to come to my first time home buyers seminars. But is this also where I'm putting information in about what's happening in the community
Yes.
and all this? Okay.
Yes.
I just want to make sure.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
You're the
Okay.
director, baby. You get to do it all. And sometimes you want to go inside. Let's just say you had a girlfriend with you and you're like, look, you hold the camera. We're going into this new restaurant that just opened up. Let's just talk about it or talk about one of the staff or talk to the manager with permission and just talk about what are you guys doing here? What are you guys doing? When did you guys open up? And what are you guys serving here? So when you do things like that, you got the hungry folks are like, oh my gosh, I'm going to go to that restaurant. And who told them about it?
Stephanie, because she like to eat.
Stephanie did. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Don't keep talking about too much
Gotcha.
too soon. It's only 11 o'clock. But do
I
things,
know, right?
y'all the director of your own show. That's why I love YouTube because you can do whatever you want to direct people to come to you. If you want to talk about the community, you want to talk about what stores are opening up, 10 ways that you can start repairing your credit today. Like you do it all inside of there. But the more value that you give, the more that they're going to trust you, Steph. They're going to trust you. So they'll be back. They may not be now, but they'll be back. But just stay present. Don't leave that page unattended for weeks at a time.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You got it. Stephanie, what area are you in?
Alexandria.
Okay. Girl, you have nothing but restaurants over there. So you can pop in anywhere.
Yeah. Look, that's why it's hard I gotta do the shakes every morning. It's hard not to eat.
Right. And don't dismiss you're in the car right now. Do you understand how many people go viral just in their car, giving tidbits and rants and raves sometimes in the car. So don't overthink it. Your phone is where you can touch more people. All right. So just post it. Don't worry about my hair. Oh my gosh, I don't have the right lipstick. I hate my voice. I hate my voice too, but guess what? It's not about me. It's never about me. I had to talk to a lady who's been in business just as long as I did. She says, Lorie, I look up to you. I look up, and I'm like, thank you. I look up to you too. She says, I'm not doing videos like you. I'm like, no. This is not, this is not what we're going to do today. This is not about you. All right. One thing my coach had to share with me, you're welcome, John. One thing my coach had to share with me in speakers camp was it's not about you. You're focused on the fit. You're focused on look nice, look presentable. But do you understand how many people are showing up in bonnets and blasting numbers on the internet? What the hell? Like, I'm not going to show up on a bonnet. I'm not going to do that. But whenever there's money to be made out there, your tribe will find you. And I said, it's not about you. You have to stop focusing on my fit, my voice, I hate my voice. I said, focus on the message or who's in front of you. Who do you want to help? I want to help. Stephanie wants to help first-time home buyers. Got it. Gina wants to help that one person that's looking to navigate through the home buying process, the new construction process, and she doesn't know how to do it. Her and her family just had a baby. I want new construction. I'm tired of the old stuff. So they're going to follow her because they remember her. I remember certain realtors because they're in specific industries. I'm going to follow Chris Perry because I know he's going to give me something funny. I know he's going to give me some factual information about what's happening in the news. What are you doing in the news? Right? I can follow Jared. And if that's going to be the one that's going to give me some news, what's happening with NAR, the things that are happening within our industry, there's certain people that's going to give you exactly what you need. Back to McDonald's. You're not going there for shrimp Alfredo. You're going there for a hamburger and some mediocre customer service. You're going to go, if you feel real cute and bougie today, you're going to say, I just want to go to Chick-fil-A because they're going to say, what? My pleasure. I just want to hear that. I'm not going to get that at Wendy's. So you're going to go places that give you directly what you're looking for. Those folks out here, if they know that you specialize in, he can help my credit, she can help my credit first, and then I can get into my home, boom, that's good. Then I'm going to go right to John. That's exactly the mindset of what I want. So I really want to hear more from one of you today. I'm so serious. I want to see your bios updated today. I help blank do blank by blank. No more are we realtors. Because even in a room of real estate professionals, if you say I'm a real estate agent, they're like, But if Anastasia told me that she specializes with seniors in the Richmond area, then I know, whoa, got it. Now it's in my brain when I'm thinking of Richmond seniors, I'm calling Anastasia. Got it? So even in a room of real estate agents, please stop running away from one another. You all need each other in the business. So I'm in Maryland. I'm not licensed in Virginia. Right? Anastasia's like, show me that business, girl. Was I right? Were you in Richmond area? If I just said that right. I don't know Virginia. Okay. I know how to get to Tyson's Corner. I know how to get to Mike's, right? I know how to get to certain places, but I do not know the real estate market. So I have to rely on someone who is there. That's you guys. That's our family here. So you guys have to be able to connect, be friends with one another. And one big thing I'm going to share with you, and this is a smack for some of y'all, what you celebrate accelerates in your own life. So when you see someone has had a closing, you may not know them personally, but please celebrate them also. That is one of the worst things I see. Most of the real estate community should be on Chanel's page or Kia's page or Kathy's page. Daniel, when he has a closing, all of those, we should be saying, congratulations, because we know he had to do the work to get that person to settlement. So there should be way more celebrations when someone's having an open house, when someone had a buyer that just signed up. All of those pinnacle moments are huge. So you should not just be sitting there like, oh, well, don't hate on them, guys, because what you celebrate in others actually accelerates in your own life. So don't miss that right there. Make sure that you guys pick up the book from Gary Keller, The One Thing, because that's going to be an excellent read for many of you. Listen to it in the car, but that one thing to keep you focused. Coaching is my jam. I love it. I have been doing it for the past 15 years. Real estate also has been an amazing discovery over the years, and I'm falling in love with it even more. And that's simply because I focus on helping and serving more people first. The money is a byproduct of that. Just remember that order. Help, serve, be a blessing first, and then, of course, the money will come. I promise you it will. I'm the inspiration inside the Samson group, so you'll be seeing me at least once a week inside that group, dropping some inspiration. You guys can keep on sprinkling your open houses and, hey, I need a photographer. I'm going to give you some love. I'm going to give you some support, and that's the inspiration that I am going to provide inside the group and continue to keep doing that. Anastasia, you had a question. We'll close things out.
Yes, I've been specializing on first-time home buyers and grants for 10 years.
Mhm.
So I used to use Facebook Lives a lot, but now they're deleting them. And I got lots of leads from Facebook Lives. So what platform would you recommend to me to use?
You said for doing lives?
Yes, because Facebook Lives are now deleting after 30 days, I think,
Why
because I
don't you
got
just keep
leads
doing it?
from my old lives.
But you can still do them. So why wouldn't you continue to keep doing them?
Well, because they delete them now, so I can save them. So I can save them, but they're not staying there forever.
I got you. YouTube,
Hmm.
YouTube, the best.
Thank
That's
you.
the best folder ever. The best digital folder is going to be YouTube. If you're, how long are these videos typically? 15 minutes, 30 minutes? How
Oh,
long are they?
less. Usually nobody listens so long. It's usually less than a minute.
Oh, okay. But they're reels, they're shorts, then I would say put them on Instagram and YouTube.
Hmm. Okay,
And
thank you.
TikTok is not just for young people. There are a lot of successful outcomes. I don't have a lot of success from TikTok. That's just the area where I put things on there just because of I like to act and I like to entertain. But there are where I get the most of my lead generation from is from YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. So figure out where your people really are coming to you most from, and then you want to put them on there. But to keep them on for life, YouTube first and then Instagram.
Hmm. Yeah, we did find a client. We actually sold a house with my coworker. I used to be in Remax. She put it on TikTok, the house. Someone called and I helped that buyer. So we did sell a house and found the
Right?
client. But I still don't know what to do there on TikTok. I don't
Yeah,
know.
just take
I'm
your
not a
time.
funny person.
I learned during the pandemic, Anastasia. So I learned because my friend of mine had asked me, "How come you're not on there?" I love to, really be free and act, but still educate at the same time and entertain. So TikTok is more entertainment first. You got to snuggle some education in there. So it's just a personal thing if you want to do it that way. But YouTube will always have your people because people can search for what they're looking for and you'll pop up.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, but definitely, guys, no more realtors. We are changing the game right here where we are saying who we serve. Do you use chat to generate the content for 30-second videos and 15-second calls to action? Do I use Chat GPT? I use Chat GPT every day. I use it to create my class outlines in my community. I have a inner circle community, so I create my class outline in there a lot of times. I create my presentations. What you saw today was created in Chat GPT. And I put it and it goes into Canva. It converts it into Canva. All the slides were already done. So I use it for following up with emails. If I really want to get something off my chest, and thank you, chat, for making it sound professional and keeping me out of jail. So a lot of times those can correct your emails as well to make it sound more professional and polished. And yeah, a lot of my content I put in Chat GPT. A lot of my content, I'll just say I need a good hook for this, and it'll spit it out pretty quick. So I love Chat GPT. The free version is great. The paid version is even better as far as what it gives you. Yes, and ask it for a call to action at the end. Make sure it knows your language, it knows what you're trying to say, Gina. So you're in the settings, you can pretty much tailor it, you can doctor it up so it molds your language, how you speak. I ask it for my tone to take on a tone of Marie Forleo, Oprah Winfrey, um, and I kind of put that on there, silly, playful, but educational kind of tone. So now it knows whenever it writes my scripts, tones, hooks, it knows to take on that kind of approach. All right. How are we doing? We're good. Every morning I listen to something inspirational every single morning. So my mindset is already focused on positive. In I pray with my dog every single day. So as soon as we say our prayers, I say amen. She gives me her paw. We're saying prayer the whole time. As soon as she hears amen, we're done. And we're done for the day. And I just let God do the work at that point. So being clear with your message is very important. That's the reason why I really wanted to make this message clear today, to make sure that you guys know you're no longer realtors. You do need to upgrade your bios and speak on how you serve. Use that template. I help blank, do blank by blank. And that way you can at least get a really good idea and get that pop, get that effect when someone comes in front of you and they're like, oh, I need you. Oh, I know someone that needs you. All right. So that's going to be the difference that sets you apart from any other realtor. All right. All right. Question. How do you handle clients who get lost, dropped off when they find out they need to fill out a loan application? I find that some clients don't want to put in the work to buy a home. If you got them to sign up, understand how you are inundated sometimes with life. All right. Now, if the lender said we pulled credit and it's a 400 credit score, now you know why they ghosted you. But if they're just busy with kids and life, you got to give them some grace and not be on them, because it's their time, not yours. It's their time, not yours. Remember, it's not about you. You're there to guide through the process. But if they want to put the work in, you want to remind them of their why. Hey, you said you wanted to move into your new home by September. So just checking in. Were you serious, or did you want to put that on hold? Check in with them like that, instead of, hey, did you call the lender back? Just check in, because sometimes life happens and they're dealing with it as it comes. iPad, thank you. Perhaps you can nurture them over time. There you go. And keep showing them the value of buying a home. Put them in monthly or quarterly news statements. Absolutely. Yeah. Just stay in touch with them. But if for whatever reason they dropped off, find out why. It could be that something happened and I love letting my lenders know that I work in the credit disputing space. If someone does have a poor credit score, don't let them go away. Let me know if I can help them, because that's the space that they need help in. So if that's the part that's going to get them off their butt, get them in the cars with you to get them closer to their dream, all it took was a phone call and a question to ask them, what is the problem? All right, you guys. Good. Glad you loved it. Glad you loved it. I'll be in this Samson group. I'll be definitely coaching another class very soon. Stay inside the Samson group. I'll give you the Linktree video. So if you want to get that set up today, that'll be great. And that way, at least you can start looking to see how to set up your own Linktree so you can simplify your own signature on your emails as well. Daniel, you guys have a great day. Thanks so much.